Hey everyone, welcome to tonight's webinar. It is using essential oils for home remedies and self-care. We're going to go ahead and get started and dive right in. So I wanted to give you guys a welcome. Hello. I'm excited that you guys are here and that you are spending some of your evening with me to learn about essential oils and home remedies and how you can really take care of your entire body, not just your physical, not just your emotional, but mental, self-care, all the things. So what I would really love for you to do is get out a pen and paper, and I want you to take some notes, or if you have any questions, write those down. I know those of you that registered for this webinar, I sent you the guide that we're going to go through. We're going to actually flip back and forth between two different things, this presentation and also the guide that I sent you. The reason being is because I am super amazing at teaching about essential oils and all these things, but the tech side of things is not my specialty. So we're just going to make do. I am very resourceful, so this will work out just perfect. But I did want to tell you guys how this webinar is going to flow. So, as we're talking about essential oils and as we're talking about home remedies and self-care, it all sort of flows together. So what I really wanted to do first is make sure I give you guys a really great understanding about what essential oils even are. And then, how we use them, why they're effective. We'll go through some safety and efficacy protocols and different things, just so you guys have a really basic knowledge of essential oils before we dive into how to actually use them and giving you guys some self-care tips on the different ways to use the oils and things. And then we'll kind of round everything out with teaching you how to get the oils into your home if that's your next step, because that's usually people's next step, right? They want the tools to be able to use for the home remedies and for the self-care and everything. So just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a background about me. I am a doTERRA wellness advocate. I've been doing this for the last 6 years. I'm a health coach. I am a very, very expanded version of what I once was, thanks to the oils. So I love to do so many different things. I love to travel and all these different things. But I really wanted to teach about the oils, and it kind of happened on accident, to be completely honest. I was actually looking to create my own products. I was actually looking to make my own cleaning products because I grew up a very sick kid. I grew up in a very Western medicine household where, medication was the answer to everything. And I had asthma and allergies and all these things. And as I grew older, I realized that there was tons of things that I was using on a daily basis that were actually triggering my asthma. And cleaning products, fragrances, all those things were actually one of them. And so I was actually looking to create my own products. I was looking for simple recipes to be able to take some of this toxic gunk out of my house. And what I found was so much more. I found so many different things about plants and about plant extracts that I don't think I ever would have found had I not gone looking for cleaning supply recipes. I learned how to use plants for literally everything, and since then I've been making so many different tweaks in my life in different areas to really reduce my toxic load and help my body actually start to heal itself, which is always the goal, right? Our bodies are the great masters. They always want to stay in a state of balance and in a state of health, right? So anything that we can do to help with that is going to be all the better. And that's what we're really going to go through in this webinar. So what I would tell you is, if you are listening to all of this and you're going, I'm really healthy, I really don't even need help, home remedies, I'm really great about my self-care. Who do you know that isn't? Keep them in mind as we're going through all this. That way you can actually transpose the information to them and help to teach them, because there's so many people that need this information and I'm only one person. And so I really do need your guys' help to be able to reach those types of people who are really looking for this. So we'll get started with some questions. So what I would really love for you to write down, I'm just going to give you a minute or two. Where are you at in regards to your health? Are you where you want to be? And how do you feel about where you are? If you feel like you're in a pretty great place, like we were just talking about, who do you know who isn't? So we're going to build on this, but I'm going to give you a minute. So just to kind of grab a pen and paper and write down some answers to these questions. Where are you in terms of your physical health, your emotional health? Do you feel like you can be doing a lot better? Do you feel like you're doing kind of not so great? Okay, so now that we have that sort of covered, we're going to go through a different exercise. So this is basically the wellness lifestyle pyramid from doTERRA. So doTERRA really focuses in on how do you actually build a wellness lifestyle. So at the bottom, the bottom tiers are lifestyle oriented and the top tiers are healthcare oriented. So the bottom things are really what's in our control. And as we get up, we're kind of looking outside of ourselves for additional help. So what I would love for you to do is rate yourself in each area on a scale of 1 to 10. Where are you in terms of your whole life? Like, how well do you eat right? Do you exercise? How good is your rest and stress management? How good do you reduce your toxic load? How informed are you on self-care? How proactive are you in medical care? So just to kind of give you guys an idea, 1 is you're doing really, really crappy, and 10 is you're doing like you couldn't do better even if you tried. So just go ahead and write it down. And then the second piece of this is when you're looking at where you rated yourself on these different tiers. If you rated yourself below an 8 on any of these levels, write down why you gave yourself that rating. Like, what made you feel like you're only a 6 or a 5? And then the third piece is, what could you do, or what would help you jump from just one number up? So in other words, like, what would help you go from a 5 to a 6 or a 6 to a 7? Okay, so keeping those things in mind, we're going to move on to teaching about the essential oils and a different thing. So I just have to modify what I'm sharing here on my screen so you can actually see what I'm looking at. So the very first thing that we're going to go through is the fact that you have choices. So here's the thing with my classes is that I never, ever like to pressure anybody into thinking the way that I do or thinking that essential oils are like the cure-all to everything, because they're not. Essential oils can't diagnose, cure, treat, prevent. Like, they're not doing any of that. What they're actually doing is helping your body support its natural systems to heal itself. So the idea that we're talking about in this class is that you have choices, and obviously who needs safe, effective, and affordable healthcare solutions? Like, everybody, right? Because everybody's a little bit sad about how the about how the healthcare things are going on these days, and everybody's looking for different natural solutions. So we're going to go through a little bit about what exactly that looks like. So the modern approach to healthcare, it's basically, man produces medication, which addresses symptoms, but the needs still remain, right? So it's designed, modern medicine is amazing, right? We need doctors, we need hospitals. The problem is that we just use it too often. Every time somebody's kid sneezes, they're in the emergency room, right? So we have to kind of shift our thinking to a quick fix solution to what's actually going on. Like, what are the things that we can tweak in the home to sort of prevent this? So medication obviously is made from isolated synthetic agents. There's all kinds of side effects that sometimes you know about and sometimes you don't. And there's a $6.5 trillion a year. This surmountable money is spent on global healthcare every single year. And we think about ourselves in the US especially, are we any healthier because of how much money that we're spending in healthcare? And we're not. We're actually the sickest, right, we've ever been, because everybody is so fast food and technology and all these different things that are actually harming our bodies. Then we don't really necessarily, maybe it's not that we don't realize it, but we don't really want to do much to fix it. So this is basically a modern approach to medicine. And this is not to say that modern medicine does not have a place. We are in the best area if we have trauma needs. You know, if you have, you're in a car accident, you're having a heart attack, like we are in no better place to address those things. It's just the chronic repetitive things that we're not so great at, which is kind of brings us to natural. So natural approaches actually address the body's needs and the root causes. And so a natural thing like essential oils are extracted from plants, and they enhance physical and emotional benefits. And it's safe benefits without the side effects, right? So nature produces everything that we need. It addresses the root cause of what's really going on, and it meets the body's needs to help it heal itself. So we're addressing the root cause, not just managing the symptoms or, kind of doing that overlay, that Band-Aid effect, right? So I love to think about this comparison as, when we go to a doctor and we get a blood test and something comes back as being off, modern medicine will say, okay, this is off, let's correct it with medicine. Whereas natural, functional medicine, or if you go to any kind of natural doctor, they'll go, okay, this is off, let's find out why. And let's go figure out what's causing all these things to go wrong and fix that first, because then it'll have a domino effect, right? So we're kind of going underneath it all. So again, it's all just to say that you have choices, right? So you get to choose how you want to treat your body. So we're going to go over to talking about essential oils in particular and what essential oils even are and why they're effective. So essential oils are the natural aromatic compounds extracted and distilled from plants for their benefits. So this is what gives the plant its smell. So when you're smelling, this is a magnified version of the peppermint plant. When you're smelling peppermint, you're actually smelling the essential oil. But the cool thing about these essential oils, when they come from the plants, they contain hundreds of different compounds, providing complex and versatile abilities to combat threats without building up resistance. Basically, as we're taking the essential oils into our body, they're working on our behalf synergistically with our bodies. And what's cool is they can actually pass through a cell membrane. So, just for an example, if you go to your doctor and you have a virus, he's going to send you home. He's going to say, rest, push fluids, because there's really nothing that he can do because the medication cannot get inside the cell. But plants can, right? So plants are recognized as organic compounds. Your cells allow them inside the cells to kind of help with the cell health. So you think about using something that helps to boost your immune system. Well, that's getting inside your cell and helping your body, right? So again, and this is working with the body to address the issues on the root cause level rather than on the cellular level. And then, obviously they're pennies per dose, so they're very affordable. And they're very effective, they're very potent, they're very concentrated. So essential oils are actually 50 to 70 times more potent than herbs. And just to kind of give you a comparison, if you use peppermint tea, it would actually take you 28 cups of peppermint tea to equal the benefits of 1 drop of peppermint oil, like pure peppermint essential oil. So they're very concentrated, very potent. You don't need a lot. That's a common misconception that you need all these drops of essential oil. When you're using a high quality oil like doTERRA's, you're actually only using a drop or two because that's all you really need. So we're going to go over to how doTERRA is safe and 100% pure. So we're going to talk about safety, efficacy, kind of what's going on in the essential oil industry, because this is one of the biggest questions that we get is, are all essential oils the same? Like, what's the difference between doTERRA's oil and the oils that we find, on a grocery store shelf? So this is what we're going to go through. So this pie chart is actually showing you what the essential oil industry has looked like as a whole for the last 30 years or so. So the majority of the sort of the industry, I suppose, is synthetic. So this is going to be like your perfumes, your fragrances, candles, different things that are lab created scents that actually might trigger a physical response. So you might get a headache, or your eyes might water, or you might get nauseous. These are the things that are your body reacting to synthetics, right? And then there's food grade. Food grade are what you're going to find in gum, mint, candy, salad dressings, things that are okay to ingest, but they're not going to give you any therapeutic value. And then therapeutic grade is what you're going to find in the health food stores, the spas. These are going to be the things that are okay if they are in a diffuser or they are diluted heavily on the skin, but they're not safe to ingest. They're not safe to use undiluted. And then we have certified pure therapeutic grade. So doTERRA really came in the game, and they recognized that there was this very laxed standard, because the thing about anything that's natural is there are no governing bodies telling these companies what they can and can't do. So you could walk in a grocery store and you could pick up a bottle of peppermint, and it could say 100% organic. It could say natural. It can say, you know, whatever it wants to say, because there's no standards for that. But if you flip that over and it says don't use internally, don't use undiluted on the skin, those are red flags, right? Because they don't have to tell you if those oils have been cut or contaminated with anything else. And we're going to go through a little bit of doTERRA's testing here in a minute. But what doTERRA really recognized was this lack of safety. And what they really wanted to do was raise the bar. So what they did is they came in and they said, okay, here's what we're going to do. The majority of the essential oil industry uses brokers, right? And they really undercut the growers. It's really not a fair practice. So what we're going to do is we're going to see, you know, where in the world has the land and the people, but they don't have the jobs, and how can we actually grow the essential oil plants, you know, the plants that the oils are coming from, in these areas where these plants naturally grow indigenous, where we can partner right with the growers and we can send these oils out to third-party testing. So that's what they do, is every single plant, every single oil, doTERRA sources where it naturally grows indigenous throughout the entire world, because everything about the environment, the harvesting, the soil affects the plant growth, right? So it just makes more sense to grow it where it naturally grows indigenous, work directly with the growers. There's no broker. And what they're really doing is they're helping to give back to that sourcing country as well. So, you know, we're talking about countries like Haiti and Guatemala and Somalia and different areas that a lot of times don't even have clean water, let alone the luxuries that we have here that we take so much for granted. So they actually have a Healing Hands charity. So they actually are giving back to these countries in whatever way that they need. So they've built schools, and they bring nonprofits in to educate the, you know, the communities about, you know, sometimes things like women's health and different things. Again, things that we just take for granted. So it's a really beautiful model that they've called co-impact sourcing. So that's one thing that sets them apart from everybody else. The other thing that sets them apart is their testing. So if you are someone who has found a company that does that does testing on the essential oils, they're probably doing in-house testing. And here's the thing with that is I was a previous HR manager, right? So I know when you're testing your own stuff, you are throwing a lot of things under the rug. You're getting away with a lot of things because you're the only one that's looking at the results, right? So what doTERRA does is they actually employ a lab. Their name is APRC. And they are the ones that actually test the oils to make sure that there's no contaminants, there's nothing crazy that got into those oils before they're shipped to doTERRA's headquarters, where they undergo even more testing there. So this is important for me, because when I'm teaching you about using oils, even aromatically or topically, it's still getting into your bloodstream. So you want to make sure that the oils that you're using are pure. There's no synthetics. There's no, you know, there's nothing crazy, but also the natural chemical constituents are in the levels that they need to be for that oil to be effective in the way that we're talking about. So it all really does matter. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna flip back over here, and we're gonna talk about APRC just for a minute, because I feel like this info is really, really important. So I was just at doTERRA's leadership retreat, and they introduced this information. So APRC tests oils from more than 50 different oil companies. So these companies are direct sellers, they're online retails, they're retail stores. So the results were that only 3 companies out of the 50 have consistently pure oils, meaning that 95% of them are selling adulterated oils and not telling you. So doTERRA is one of the 3. Of all the oils tested from these companies, and some of them have had all of their oils tested, 80% of the oils sold are adulterated. And we're going to talk about what adulteration actually looks like. So these actually include some reputable social media focused companies were 100% adulterated. Other large companies were 50% or more adulterated. APRC did disclose that other than doTERRA, the other 2 companies were mom and pop shops. One company was actually on the verge of bankruptcy because they were actually trying to replicate what doTERRA does, and they're not doing a very good job. And then the second company, their price point is double what doTERRA's is. So a lot of people can't afford that. So it's really kind of eye-opening when you see what's really going on. Another thing that we're talking about is examples of common adulteration. So, inclusion of carrier oils without labeling, mislabeled species, inclusion of aroma chemicals, synthetic fragrances and chemicals added, some oils that are 95% to 100% complete fabrications made by trained perfumists to smell pure. So these are all things that a lot of companies are doing to cut down the cost, cut down the quality, but still, marketed as 100% pure. So it's really important to be aware of when it comes to these things. So just to give you an idea, these are all the tests that doTERRA and APRC do to these oils before they get to you and I. So if you look at all these things, there's 11 tests that APRC does before they even get shipped to doTERRA. And then doTERRA goes through 43 more tests to make sure that these oils are, they haven't been contaminated at any point during the processing. So one of the things that I want to make you aware of is that there's a website. It's called sourcetoyou.com, and this is doTERRA's website where they're giving you all the info on the sourcing and the testing. And what's cool about their oils is if you turn the bottle over, on the bottom of the bottle, there is a GCMS code. And you can actually go on this website and you could type in that GCMS code and it will tell you all the quality reports from that oil. That specific oil that you're holding in your hand, how that was tested, what the levels are, all those different things. On that website also is a lot of really amazing information about the co-impact sourcing and how these oils are sourced and how they, a lot about the science and all these different things. doTERRA is really pioneering a lot of different things in their field. And even I wasn't even going to mention this, but I probably should. They actually are doing integrative healthcare clinics, like they're opening up their own healthcare clinics as a solution to a very broken healthcare system. So they have 4 clinics right now, 2 in Utah, 1 in Phoenix, 1 in Nashville, called Prime Meridian, and their vision is to open 30 clinics throughout the for every year. So the next 3 they're looking at is Atlanta, New York, and Chicago, which I'm super, super excited about. And basically what these integrative healthcare clinics are doing is they're all medical doctors and people who are in integrative medicine. And so when you go in there, it's on a membership basis, so it's going around insurance, but when you go in there, you're not just seeing a doctor for 5 minutes like you normally do here. You're actually sitting with a doctor for 30 to 45 minutes, and he's not only talking to you about essential oil protocols, but he's talking to you about diet, lifestyle, nutrition, different things that you can actually help to prevent things that are happening in your body. And then, of course, obviously, if you do need medication and things, they can prescribe that for you. But it's really amazing to see how doTERRA is not just an essential oil company anymore. They are playing in healthcare now, which is huge and incredible. So the next thing that we are going to talk about is how do you know how to use essential oils, right? So you're going to watch this webinar and we're going to talk about home remedies and self-care. But after this webinar and beyond this, like, how do you know what to use, where to use it, the different oil suggestions to use? So I wanted to make sure that you knew that there was some really, really valuable resources available to you, and in the form of resource books. So these books eliminate any guessing on the hows, the whats, the how much. Literally, you can go in these books. So there's so many different kinds, but one of my favorite is called the Essential Life book, and it's pictured on the right-hand side. You can go look up every oil and see what it's recommended for, what it's good for. You can look up different health concerns. There's also different things in there for different body systems, for kids, for pets, for intimacy, for pregnancy, self-care, cooking. Like, it is literally like a Bible of essential oils. But I really love having this because, then you don't feel like you have to be an expert, like you have to know everything, because you have a book that's actually telling you what to do. And so that's really important as we're talking about self-care and home remedies, because this is your self-care and home remedies book. It's going to tell you exactly what to do and how to do it, which oils to use and all that, different blends to use and all kinds of different things. It just, for me, I don't know everything. I've been doing this for 6 years, so I would never expect somebody just starting out to know everything. So we don't have to. That's the amazing thing. We have the resource books that have been developed by, chemists and doctors and all these different really amazing people, scientists, that have developed this for us, that we just get to go in and utilize. So that's really, really, it's an amazing thing to do. So we are going to talk more about how to use the oils aromatically, topically, and internally. So now we're going to kind of morph into sort of more the self-care home remedies portion of the class, now that we have a really good foundational knowledge of what essential oils are and how to, where they come from and safety and all that fun stuff. So now we're going to talk about how to use them. So there's 3 basic ways that you can use the oils. So aromatic use is basically any means of breathing the oil in. So whether that's from a diffuser, which puffs oil and water up into the air, almost like a humidifier, but it's actually working to cleanse the air, but you're also breathing it in. So it's really helping to service your respiratory system, your emotions, freshen the air, all these different things. So one of the oils that they talk about using aromatically is peppermint. So peppermint helps to cool the body. It helps to stay alert. It helps to relieve head tension, promote feelings of clear breathing, and relieve stomach upset when ingested. So we're talking about kind of more of a home remedies type situation with peppermint right now. If you get overheated during the summer like I do, I love putting peppermint like on my pulse points, on my wrists, behind my ears. It helps to really cool my body down. It's a really great oil to help energize you in the morning. So if you have trouble waking up, maybe try putting a drop of peppermint in your hands and breathing it in, because it can really sort of waken up your senses. If you have head tension, like if you start to get a little bit of a headache, you can use peppermint on your temples, on your neck, on the behind your ears, on your shoulders even. It really helps with muscle tension and different things. Again, peppermint's really great for breathing. So if anybody struggles with respiratory issues, like especially with changes of the season, anything like that, using peppermint, aromatically breathing it in is getting it inside your lungs, and it's helping open up your airways and things. A couple of the ways that I wanted to teach you guys how to use essential oils for aromatic use in terms of self-care. So one of the ways that a lot of people love to use aromatic oils aromatically is through the diffuser. So lots of different diffuser recipes are available on doTERRA.com. They have an entire Pinterest board and Pinterest account with different types of recipes. It's really, really cool. But being able to use oils for sleep is huge. So a lot of people skip out on sleep and they're not sleeping as well as they could be. So utilizing different oils like lavender or serenity to diffuse during the night to help get a more restful night's sleep is huge. Emotional support. Your nose is the quickest way to your brain, right? And the amygdala, where you actually store, it's like the gatekeeper. It's sort of like where you store all your old stories and your triggers and different things. So, using oils emotionally, we can do a whole class on emotional use of oils, but it's the quickest way to change your mood. So if you need a little bit more uplifting, you can use a citrus oil to breathe it in to kind of uplift your mood. If you're feeling a little anxious, you can use a grounding oil like Balance or lavender to kind of help calm you. But using it aromatically is really great. Some way that you're able to smell it, like through a diffuser or even just in your hands or just holding the bottle to your nose. Super helpful. You can also use oils to help eliminate interference, to focus and be present. So sometimes we just need that sort of breath in the day where we just need to kind of come back to center, sort of to refocus. And so using oils in this way to help refocus, like peppermint's another great oil to help with focus, is it could be really beneficial in that way. Meditation, if you're into meditation, or even just belly breathing, right? So if you're just taking a few minutes just to breathe, using oils, because oils are actually getting inside your cells and they're helping the blood flow and they're helping oxygenate everything, right? So meditation, you can use really amazing oils for meditation if that's what you're into. There's different oils that you can use to align the different chakras and to help clear your energy fields and all these different things. Again, these are all things that you can look up in that Essential Life book that can help give you really, really great ideas for that. And again, wake up help. Peppermint and different oils are really, really energizing when you're breathing them in first thing in the morning. So, my gratitude alarm is going off. So we're going to take a quick gratitude break. So just think about 3 things that you are grateful for right now. And once you have those things, I would just love for you to take a really deep breath and just tell your body, tell your energy, tell, whoever it is that you believe in, if it's God, if it's the universe, thank you for your blessings. So this is a gratitude alarm is something that I do every hour, and it just happens to be that it went off during our webinar. So you get to play gratitude with me today. So anyway, so we are going to go on to how to use oils topically. So topical use of oils is really amazing when you're looking for a localized, I don't want to say a localized reaction, but targeted, you're targeting something that's localized in the body. So the bottoms of the feet and the spine are really amazing areas to use oils topically because of the nerve endings. So if you're familiar with Chinese medicine and reflexology, you'll know that you have the nerve endings to all your organ systems in the bottoms of your feet, your hands, and your ears. And so you can actually look up a reflexology chart and use the oil that is going to support that body system the most. So let's just say that you are actually dealing with some sinus issues. Well, if you look on a reflexology chart, the sinuses are connected to your little toes, your 4 little toes. And so if you're using something like Breathe, which is a respiratory blend, if you're using something like that to be able to help with your sinuses, you can actually put a drop of Breathe and rub your little toes. And the idea is that it's going to soak into your cells, into your feet, and disperse throughout your entire body very, very quickly, because the bottoms of your feet actually have the largest pores in your entire body. But the idea is that it's actually going to service that organ system first. So that's a way that you can do this. The spine is also a really great way to use oils topically if you're not quite sure what to do. I always tell people, like, if they don't know what to do with an oil, put it in your diffuser or put them on the bottoms of your feet. They're just really good go-to ways to use oils. Another way that you can use it is right on the area of concern. So like if you are someone who deals with sore muscles or sore joints, whether that's weather related or inflammation related or workout related, you can use something like Deep Blue. Deep Blue is a really amazing blend to help with muscles and joints. And so, if you work out, you can apply it pre or post workout to help calm and do a comforting massage if you want to into your muscles and tissues. If you've just had a long day, like if you've been on your feet and your feet just hurt, you could put them on, you could put Deep Blue on the bottoms of your feet, sort of do a massage. A lot of times people have lower back issues too, so you can use Deep Blue on lower back, your legs, whatever is kind of a little sore. But the idea with topical use is you can also use oils that are, just topically right on the area of concern. So if you get, a superficial burn, say you're cooking and you accidentally touch a hot pan, you can use lavender, right? So lavender can help soothe the skin, especially if you get stung by a bee or, bit by something. It's something that can actually help soothe the skin. So you would want to put the oil right on the skin. One thing to note about topical use of oils is that there are oils that are considered hot oils. So hot oils are most often spice oils like oregano, clove. These oils are actually going to be sensitive to your skin. So what you're going to want to do is dilute them with a carrier oil. So basically all a carrier oil is some kind of oil that is going to dilute the essential oil. So we're talking about like fractionated coconut oil or sesame seed oil, grapeseed oil. doTERRA carries fractionated coconut oil because that's their preferred way to dilute the oils. Fractionated coconut oil is liquid and it's unscented. So that helps a lot when it comes to not affecting the smell and the aromatics of things, and it helps for ease of use as well. So just know that there are certain oils that you do want to dilute. If you do have skin sensitivity, there's no harm in diluting the oils ever. What it actually might do is help make them more effective because it'll actually help the oil get into your tissue because you're moisturizing the tissue around it. And it also helps the oil not flash into the air because oils can evaporate, right? So if you're using a carrier oil, it's helping keeping that oil on your skin and helping penetrate a little bit more. So talking about self-care as it pertains to topical use. So skin, hair, and nail health is really, really, they're amazing topics when it comes to using oils. There's so many different oils that you can help your skin. So if you have issues with your skin, whatever it might be, something like frankincense in like your skin cream, or using some kind of like skin balm that you make is really amazing. So oils are really great to help soothe the skin. They have a lot of different properties. So whatever it is that you're dealing with your skin, chances are there's different oils that can help with that. Same thing with hair and nail health. A lot of people are dealing with hair loss and different things. So there's definitely oils that can help with these different, you can do a scalp massage, you can do hair masks, and a lot of different do-it-yourself recipes are available to you, both in that book and on doTERRA's website. So you can really go to town with identifying your needs and seeing how oils can actually help in that way. Another thing that you can do is an oil massage. So for women especially, like, we tend to not pay a lot of attention to our bodies. And if you study yoga, if you study Ayurveda, which is India's ancient medical system, they have something called the Abhyanga self-oil massage. So basically you're taking oil, usually it's like a carrier oil, usually it's like sesame seed or coconut oil, and you're actually massaging your body. So like all of your body, every piece of it. And what you can do is you can actually add different oils to your carrier oil, or if you're using lotion or whatever it is, but just giving a lot of gratitude to your body, because I mean, you think about how much our bodies actually do for us on a daily basis. Our legs carry us around, our lungs breathe for us, right? So our bodies are doing so much for us that we kind of just leave to go unnoticed. So, an oil massage is a really amazing self-care technique, because self-care can go far beyond exercise and eating well and taking time to meditate. Sometimes it's literally just giving our bodies gratitude for all the things that it's doing for us. So, an oil massage might be something that you want to incorporate into your life. Baths are such an amazing way to use oils. I love taking salt baths. So whether it's Epsom salt or you're putting some Himalayan sea salt, whatever you're wanting to do in your bath, kind of make a little bit of a concoction. You can also add oils to that. So you can add lavender, you can add, Serenity, which is a really great oil to use before bed. I actually like getting super creative with different oils. Sometimes I'll use patchouli, sometimes I'll use ylang ylang, sometimes I'll use geranium, depending if you're looking for more heart opening oils, floral oils are really great. If you're looking for more calming oils, maybe you're putting in balance, or, Siberian fir, some kind of tree oil that would be very grounding for you. So you can really get to play with the different scents and the different effects of the oils as it pertains to a bath. One thing to note about topical use is to keep the oils out of your eyes, your ears, and your nose. Those are very sensitive areas, and they don't like oils being put in there. But if you do happen to get oils in any of those areas, dilute it with fractionated coconut oil or some kind of carrier oil, whatever your preferred oil is that way. Don't use water, because what's actually happening is when you dilute or you try to wash it out with water, it's actually driving the oil deeper into your tissues. So you can imagine how that would not feel very good when you're getting it in your eye, but it would feel amazing in a bath, right? For sore muscles and different things, because you're helping get the oils in deeper into the tissues. So another thing that you can do topical is using a warm or cold compress. If you're using oils on your shoulders because you had a really, tense day, think about putting like a hot towel on your back, helping drive those oils in even deeper, which is an amazing way to do it. Another thing that you can think about is exercise and yoga support, stretching. So topical use, if you are doing any of these things, if you're dealing with sore muscles or muscle recovery, you can use oils to be able to soothe those muscles and kind of help with the achiness or the soreness, or help with tightness. Deep Blue, like we were talking, is a great oil for that. Or even something like peppermint. So peppermint can do lots of different things. If you're dealing with any kind of respiratory issues when you're coming up against, exercising or different things, using a blend called Breathe. Breathe is almost like a natural version of Vicks. You can actually use it topically on your chest or breathe it in from your hands, but it can actually help to really support your respiratory system during exercise, after exercise, different things like that. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to go back to using oils internally. So internal use of oils is something that's super specific to doTERRA, just because of the safety that we were talking about, right? So this is really, really important to know that you can't just use any oils internally, because it could be really unsafe to do that. But using oils internally is really, really effective when you're looking to target something that's going on internally, right? So you can use a drop in water, you can use a drop under your tongue, or you could put it in a veggie capsule. So a veggie capsule is basically like a supplement capsule that's empty, and you can actually put oil drops inside, close it, and take it like a pill, and swallow it like a pill. So that's a really great way to use oils that you might not love the taste of. But one of the oils that I love using internally is On Guard. On Guard is an amazing oil for immune support, and it's also really powerful to diffuse and cleanse the air. So a lot of, doTERRA has an entire On Guard line for a reason. They have laundry detergent and toothpaste and throat drops and all these different things that are utilizing the oils in the On Guard blend, which are like wild orange and rosemary and clove and cinnamon, all these really amazing oils that are really powerful to boost your immune system. So some different ways that you can use oils for self-care when it comes to internal use is obviously flavoring your water. So putting a citrus oil in your water is super amazing to cleanse out toxins from your body. So using lemon or lime, grapefruit. Grapefruit's really great for helping with weight loss and sugar cravings. Wild orange is really great. So any kind of citrus oil can actually get inside your cell and sort of help clean out the toxins, which is really, really important. A lot of people like to do smoothies or juices in the morning. You can use oils to that. You can use ginger or lime or lemon or wild orange or any of the citrus oils or any, even basil or something like cilantro. I'll use a lot of cilantro and basil and lemon and different oils in my juices and my smoothies. Teas, same idea. Teas were mentioned twice here, but teas, same thing. You could put a drop of On Guard in your tea if you're feeling a little under the weather and you kind of want to help to boost your immune system. You can use oils for detoxing, right? So you're helping filter out your liver, your kidneys, your gastrointestinal tract, your cells. There's so many different ways that you can use oils to actually help cleanse. And fighting sugar cravings. So there's a blend called Slim and Sassy, which has cinnamon and grapefruit and all kinds of really amazing oils that will actually help stabilize your blood sugar that you can actually sip on. You can put a drop in your water and kind of sip on that in between meals, because what it's doing is it's helping to stabilize your blood sugar level so you don't actually binge out on crazy sugar-laden things, right? And it's also helping, regulate your metabolism because you're doing that as well. So it really helps when you're looking for a weight loss goal. Oil pulling. This is something that goes back to Ayurveda. So oil pulling is basically the method of putting some kind of carrier oil, so whether it, again, is sesame seed oil or coconut oil, inside your mouth, and you're swishing it around for anywhere from 3 to 20 minutes. So you actually obviously work your way up, because you can imagine 20 minutes of doing that would make your mouth really sore if you weren't used to it. But the idea is that you're actually pulling toxins out of your gums, out of your mouth, out of your tongue, out of between your teeth. We know that our mouth is a precursor to heart health, right? So how healthy our mouth is. So when we're pulling out toxins, we're doing our whole body a service, right? So that's another way that you can use oils, because you can actually add an oil to your carrier oil, whatever oil that you're swishing around in your mouth. You can add On Guard, you can add lemon, you can add clove, depending on what it is that you are, the effects that you're looking for. You can use oils in cooking. So most of us don't even realize that we do this already. When you're using herbs, what's happening is your food is actually pulling the essential oil off the herbs, off the dried herb. But that's why you have to use so much, because those oils are dried and a lot of them have already evaporated. So when you're using essential oil, you're just using like a toothpick full and you're swirling it around in your food, and you can add more, but you'd be surprised that, a toothpick full of oregano is actually plenty for a pot of sauce. So you got to remember how potent these oils are, but using them in cooking and baking and different things is such an amazing way to use your oils. doTERRA has an entire recipe collection on their website. If you're into all of that, DIY recipes and cooking recipes, it's really great. Another idea, again, is the tea idea, but infusing honey or infusing like olive oils or avocado oils or vinegar with different oils. Basil and cilantro and marjoram and thyme and oregano, all these different really amazing cooking oils. So you can really get creative in the kitchen when it comes to self-care, because a lot of times cooking is self-care, not just eating, but the actual act of cooking. Using your hands to create something is such a really amazing way to utilize energy in things. So now that we've kind of talked about how to use the oils, we're going to talk a little bit more about the different options that you have available with doTERRA, and sort of give you another opportunity to sort of see the different things that are on offer to you. So this is, and I know it's hard to look at because it's kind of chopped up, but this is what a medicine cabinet would look like if it was made over with natural solutions. So you see a bunch of different oils. There's the Breathe Vapor Stick, which is almost like a Vicks Vapor Rub. Correctex, which is a natural antibiotic ointment. You're seeing a lot of self-care products. You're seeing lotions and bath bars and obviously the diffuser, but mouthwashes and hand soaps. You're seeing toothpaste and gut supporting supplements like a digestive enzyme and a probiotic, because doTERRA is not just an essential oil company. They're a wellness company. And what they've really recognized is in the self-care industry, we do so many things, especially as women, to our bodies before we even leave the house in the morning to go to work. Right, so we're putting all these chemical-laden products on our body when we're in the shower, our makeup, our hair care, our skin care, our toothpaste, our mouthwash, like all these things, if we're not using natural products, they're all synthetic chemicals, and they're actually harming our bodies because it's giving our bodies more to filter out and more to sorry, I got a little sidetracked. More for our bodies to filter out through our filtering organs and our liver, our kidneys, all those different things. So just to kind of give you an idea, toothpaste, commercial toothpaste, is full of neurotoxins. And this is what we're teaching our kids to use. And what's the one thing that we tell them? Don't swallow it, right? Because it could be harmful, and it's full of neurotoxins. It's going on your gums. It's so close to your brain. Why would we want to do that? Hair care, right? To get that really amazing smell that we're so addicted to with hair care, they use petroleum. Petroleum is jet fuel. So, we're using all these products on our head right next to our brain, right? So but a lot of people don't know these things, and, we can't do better unless we know better. So that's part of the idea of what we teach is that, everything that you're doing is choice, right? So this begs the question, what are your top health priorities? What are you wanting to feel less of? What are you wanting to feel more of? And what I would really invite you to do is kind of chop these columns in half. And I would invite you to do one column for yourself and one column for somebody that you're thinking about that would really benefit from learning this information. So what do you want to feel less of? What does somebody that you know want to feel less of? What do you want to feel more of? What does somebody that you know want to feel more of? So I'll give you a minute to sort of just brain dump those things onto paper for yourself. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are actually going to go through a little bit of an essential oil speed round. So I'm basically just going to throw a bunch of different things at you, and when you hear something that resonates with you, just write it down or circle it on your paper, whatever is best for you. So the very first thing we're going to go through is that breathe blend again. So if you deal with anything that is respiratory related, whether it's from working out or change in seasons, or you tend to get congestion, breathe is going to be your best friend because it's going to help open up your airways. If you deal with anything that is digestive related, like even if you just eat certain things that sort of tend to upset your stomach, or you just like to have something in case, because all those things, we all have life's little emergencies that pop up even when we don't have issues per se, things happen, right? So DigestZen is going to be sort of a catch-all for anything that is digestive related. If you deal with tension, sore muscles, tense muscles, stress, past tense is going to be a really, really amazing oil for you to use, especially if the tension leads to migraines or headaches, different things. That's going to be a really amazing oil to help release that tension so it doesn't progress. Tea tree, which is Melaleuca. Tea tree oil is really amazing for anything that is skin related. So rejuvenating and cleansing the skin irritations. It's also really amazing to clean surfaces with. It's a really pungent smell, but it's a great oil to have on hand, especially, like I said, for those skin issues. Lavender. Lavender is the Swiss Army knife of oils. So it's good for dang near everything. So you can use it for soothing irritated skin, for sleep, for anxious feelings. If you have a long day in the sun, you can actually help, use lavender to help soothe your skin. It's really great, again, for calming the mind. It's really great for baths. It's really great for any kind of soothing of the skin. Serenity is the restful blend. So Serenity has a lot of beautiful oils to help you rest, and it's great to diffuse during the night. It's also really great if you have a lot of anxious feelings that you want to sort of combat, so it helps to calm your emotions. Fractionated coconut oil, again, is the unscented carrier oil. It's great for delivering essential oils to sensitive skin. It's sustained delivery on specific locations, and this is what we use for dilution. So for kids, for sensitive skin, for babies, for those hot oils, fractionated coconut oil is an amazing option. Aroma Touch. This is an amazing massage blend. So it's really full of grounding oils that actually can enhance the massage, help with muscles, help with just tightness, stiffness, to help comfort and relax. But it also helps to lessen the tension. And this is actually one of my most favorite oils to use in a bath. It is amazing in bath water before the end of the, before you go to bed. Frankincense. Frankincense is a really amazing oil. Again, like lavender, it's a Swiss Army knife. It helps to balance the mind and lift the mood. A lot of people really love taking 2 drops of frankincense under their tongue every day. It grounds them and it helps their bodies feel less anxious and less tense and just more grounded. So it's really helpful for skeletal and nervous systems. And then there's lemon. So lemon is all things cleansing, right? So we talked about using lemon to cleanse out your body systems, your cells. It also is really amazing for a DIY cleaner. So if you're looking for natural cleaner recipes, Melaleuca, which is tea tree, and lemon are really great oils to use. On Guard is a really great oil to use. Lemon's also really great to soothe an irritated throat. So if you want to use lemon in your tea, or even just lemon in water if you're feeling a little scratchy, really, really great. Then there's Digescend Terrazyme, which is a digestive supplement. So it's a digestive enzyme. The amazing thing about digestive enzymes and why everybody actually needs to be taking them is our bodies have trouble a lot of times breaking down our food. And when our bodies can't properly break down our food, we're not absorbing the amino acids, the nutrients, different things that we actually need to build our muscles and our tissues. So what we do with digestive enzymes is we take them before our meal, and they actually go into our stomach, and they kind of wait for the food to help break it down. Cool thing with the digestive enzymes, though, as well, is that they act as scavengers. So they're either breaking something down or they're building something up, like your muscles and your tissues. So it's really, really important, actually, to be taking something like Terrazyme, which is a digestive enzyme. The last thing that we're going to talk about is the Lifelong Vitality Pack, because when we're talking about self-care, we're talking about home remedies. Obviously, the best thing that we can do is really work to prevent things from happening, right? So what we can do is a lot of times we're really kind of laxed on our food choices. And so I would love to sit here and tell you, as a health coach, that we can get everything that we need from our food. The truth is that unfortunately we usually cannot, because we can't eat the food in the quantities that we would need to absorb the nutrients. Our food just isn't what it was 30 years ago, so it's not packed with those phytonutrients and different things that we actually need in our bodies every day. So a lot of times we do need to be reliant on supplements. The problem with supplements, again, going back to the natural industry, is that a lot of them are synthetic. They're made in a lab. Our bodies don't know what to do with that. And so it literally just expels it. So you're just kind of losing these supplements in the bathroom. So what doTERRA did is they recognized this again, and they said, if we're gonna create a supplement pack, we want to make sure that the body knows what to do with it. So their supplements are made from whole food sources, so your body knows how to break that down into the way that, into the conversion that it needs to be able to utilize it. So the Lifelong Vitality Pack is a pack of 3 different supplements. So it gives maximum nutrition for energy, focus, relief, and well-being. So there's 3 different supplements that we'll go through really quickly. Microplex VMZ is your bioavailable multivitamin and mineral supplement. So these are the ones that are made from whole food sources. So your body knows how to break them down. Vitamins, minerals, micronutrients. Alpha CRS Plus is your antioxidants, cellular energy, and longevity. So this is going to give you land-based anti-inflammatories like turmeric, and also helps you build natural mitochondria in your cells. The mitochondria in your cells are actually like your steam engines. It's what gives you your natural energy. So this is what's really helping to give you sustained energy without stimulants. Z Omega is where you're going to get your omega-369 fatty acids and 9 daily essential oils. So 9 daily essential oils like frankincense and clove and wild orange, all these really amazing oils that are so great for your cells, all really great antioxidant support as well, because every day that we're taking on oxidative stress. So from our jobs, our stress, the air that we're breathing, the products that we're using, it's all creating oxidative stress in our body. And if we aren't taking in enough antioxidants to fight off those free radicals, that's when our bodies oftentimes become diseased. So just as a comprehensive supplement pack, it's kind of like a foundation of wellness. You're getting antioxidant and DNA protection, eye, brain, nervous system function, liver function and digestive health. These are all the benefits. More energy, less discomfort, healthy inflammatory response, comprehensive nutrition, immune function, stress management, and cardiovascular health. So you can see why this is kind of like the foundation of wellness, is really using the Lifelong Vitality Pack and the Terrazyme together, because one's giving you foundational nutrition and the other one is helping you break down your food. So this part to the right is just giving you a little bit of an idea of a schedule of how you can incorporate these daily health habits into your life. So taking daily Lifelong Vitality Pack, 2 capsules of each with your morning and noon meals, using the Digest and Terrazyme 1 to 3 capsules with each meal, using lemon for cleansing, which is 2 to 3 drops in your water 2 to 3 times a day, using frankincense for cellular support, 2 to 3 drops under your tongue and swallow that, On Guard for immune support, 2 to 3 drops in your water, Balance, which is a really amazing grounding blend. So this is helping you ground, especially in the morning, 2 to 3 drops on your feet. And then PB Assist, which is the probiotic, which is populating your gut with good gut flora. So this is probiotic defense, 1 capsule a day. So this is kind of an ideal lifestyle habit, kind of like a daily schedule to kind of aim for an idea of what this could look like for you. So now that we have kind of gone through self-care habits, home remedies, different ideas of how to use the oils, what oils are, how to use them, I want to teach you how to get the oils into your home if that is your next best step. So I want to teach you different options on how to do that. So there's 2 basic ways that people decide to use to get the oils into their home. So they either are retail or wholesale. So wholesale is basically like having a Costco membership. So you get a certain amount of percentage off your products for the entire year. So basically what it looks like with doTERRA is you can do this one of 2 ways as a wholesale customer. So you can either choose to do the wholesale membership on its own, which is $35, and picking your products. So it's a $35 one-time membership fee for the year, and then picking your products at the wholesale cost. So you're kind of creating your own kit. Or you can actually choose a pre-made kit, which actually saves you the cost of that wholesale membership fee, that $35, because it's already included, but that fee is waived. So you're getting the wholesale membership, but not having to pay the $35, which is great, because I always feel like if you're going to pay money, I'd rather see you get product for that rather than a membership. So I'm just going to go through the basic kits so you know what's available to you and how to see what perks are available with which kits. So the very first kit we're going to go through is the Diamond Kit. So the Diamond Kit is literally every product that doTERRA has, all the wellness supplements, all the mood oils, the hair care, the skin care, the whole On Guard line, everything. So basically this kit is giving you 400 free product credits just from getting this kit. So 400 free product credits is basically giving you $400 in oils in like a little bank in your account that you can use to redeem at a later date. So again, 400 free dollars in oils, of course, is a huge perk. We'll actually kind of circle back to where it says start at 25% rewards. I'll explain that in a minute. But just know that these kits are bundled by need. So this is the largest kit. Then you're coming down to sort of the toe dipper kits. So the Home Essentials kit is the 10 basic oils. So you have lavender, breathe, deep blue, lemon, lavender, peppermint, frankincense, all these really amazing oils in this kit in a 4-hour diffuser. And then the Family Essentials kit is essentially the same kit as the Home Essentials kit, but smaller bottles. So you're getting a third of the oil amount in the Family Essentials kit. So you're getting triple the product in Home Essentials. Same oils, no diffuser, but it does come with peppermint and On Guard beadlets, which is basically a 1/4 drop of peppermint, 1/4 drop of On Guard, and you can just pop them in your mouth. So it gives you a really quick boost. You know, if you're traveling and you want to get the effects of On Guard to help boost your immune system, On Guard beadlets are a really great way to do that. You could just pop it in your mouth or just swallow it. And then the other kits that we're going to talk about is the Natural Solutions kit. So Natural Solutions kit is all the products that basically we talked about today. So all the self-care items, you know, the Aroma Touch, the Balance, the Breathe, the Past Tense, the Lavender, self-care stuff, self-care items like the toothpaste and lotion, and the Deep Blue Rub, and the Lotus Diffuser, and a lot of the On Guard products, the hand sanitizer, all these different things that are going to really help you reduce your toxic load and kind of help you be ready for anything. So this comes with 100 free product credits, and you're saving so much money. You know, obviously these little purple bubbles are telling you how much you're saving from getting the kit versus how much you would be paying over if you were just getting it by piecemealed. So basically that means if you were getting the $35 membership and getting all these products, you would be paying $250 more than getting it as a kit. So just wanted to kind of give you an idea of what that looked like. There is another way to buy, which is called Loyalty Rewards. So Loyalty Rewards is a monthly auto ship that is optional as a wholesale customer. You don't have to do it. It is a really smart way to buy, though. It's like a subscription service. So you know, a normal subscription service that you sign up for, you basically just get whatever is in that, you know, whatever's in your box. You don't get to choose. With doTERRA, you actually get to choose what's in your box each month. So, and what's even cooler is they're actually giving you a certain percentage of your order back in free product credits. So this kind of goes back to the percentages that you were seeing with the kits. So the way this works is you get to choose however much or however little you order on a monthly basis. And as long as your order is 50 PV or more, you're earning a certain percentage of your order back in free product credits that's going in the same bank as those free product credits from the kits. So just to give you an example, if you started with one of the Toe Dipper kits and you opted to do Loyalty Rewards, you would start getting 10% of your order back in free product credits. So basically for every $100 that you're spending or 100 PV, you'd be getting 10 of it back. So that's like a bottle of lemon every month. And you're also getting your shipping rewards back in free product credits as well. So anything that you're paying for shipping is being reimbursed to you in free product credits as well with Loyalty Rewards. The cool thing is for every 3 months that you're doing this, you're actually bumping up 5% in rewards points or rewards percentage. So if you start off with one of the Toe Dipper kits, and you're doing Loyalty Rewards for 3 months, you bump up to 15%. Then 3 months from that, you bump up to 20%. You know, you're getting 20% back, all the way up to 30%. So at some point when you're getting 30% back, for every 100 PV that you're spending, you're getting 30 of it back, which is huge and adds up really quickly. And it's really an amazing way to get the oils. You know, especially those higher price oils that you can't really see purchasing. This is a really great way to do it. So what's cool also about Loyalty Rewards is that there's additional perks. So there's a program doTERRA has called Free Product of the Month, and it's just for Loyalty Rewards members. So if your order is 125 PV or more and it's placed before the 15th of the month, whatever that free product of the month is, and it's different every month, it's usually always an oil. We never find out until the first of the month. It'll be thrown in your box for free. So that's just an additional free product as well. So what's cool about the bigger kits, though, is that some of them actually grandfather you in at a higher percentage rate. So instead of starting off at 10%, like with the Natural Solutions kit, you're getting 15% back right away. So you're getting closer to that 30 mark. If we scroll back up to the Diamond kit, you're actually starting off at getting 25% rewards right away. So you're already right there to that 30 mark. So that's another perk to these bigger kits. I love these bigger kits because it gives you all the things that you need to make anything in that Essential Life book. And so that I feel like that's important because it's kind of like baking a recipe, right? If you are short a few ingredients, it's kind of irritating because you can't make the recipe. So that's a really amazing way to sort of be prepared for everything. So just kind of to round out everything that we've learned and how we go forward with all of this, kind of identifying how you want to go forward. So, you know, whose lives do you want to change? Like, is this all just to help you change your own life? You know, and if that's the case, I can help you get your oils, and we can do a lifestyle overview where we really take a deep dive into your own self-care and using the oils that you're getting, and helping you really utilize them, which is amazing. So that's kind of like option one. If you want to help change others' lives, if there are people that you kept thinking about who are dealing with diseases and are feeling crappy and are just really looking for help and education, consider hosting your own class that I can come teach for you. And this is sharing with others, so we can go through a share guide, which would help you host a class. And I would come teach it. I would come bring everything. You basically just gather 5 to 7 people who really need to hear about natural solutions and about essential oils and the education and helping them change their life. And then the other option is changing your future. So, you know, one of the optional things that you can do with doTERRA, it's no obligation whatsoever, is becoming a wellness advocate and teaching about essential oils and helping educate the masses. So this is another way that you can actually use essential oils in a really bigger way to create an additional stream of income. So know that that's available for you as well. And you get to choose whatever way you want to play. If you are looking to use any of the kits as a foundational kit and add products to it, or if you're looking to piecemeal your order together, this is the price list. So you're going to look at the wholesale pricing. That's in bold. So that's going to be really, really important. So you can kind of look to this. The next piece are basically the order forms. So there are 2 different memberships that you can choose. One is a wholesale customer and one is a wellness advocate. They're completely the same membership. The only difference at all is that a wellness advocate has the option to earn money. So the option to earn an income from doTERRA. So if that's not something that you're interested in, you can sign up as a wholesale customer. Wholesale customers actually can't sell. They're not under any obligation to sell, and neither is a wellness advocate, really. No, there's no obligation. It's all choice and all option. So this is the wholesale customer sign up. So basically all the information is here that you would need to fill out. You can click off, you know, whatever kit that you're getting. I can help you get started with your initial order. So you and I will actually get together to help you with that. So that is basically our class. And so I just have a couple more slides just to let you know that if you have questions and if you need some help, I'm more than happy to get with you individually to help you hash through your health concerns. And this is my email address. You can just drop me a line there and just let me know that, you know, you watched the webinar and it's you have some questions, you'd like to go forward, you'd like to see which options are best for you. I'm happy to help you with that. And then thank you, obviously, for spending, you know, a little over an hour with me tonight learning about home remedies and different ideas for self-care. Hopefully it was really enlightening and you are excited to bring essential oils into your life into these ways. If you're looking for even more tips and tricks, you can absolutely follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Just know also that doTERRA also has social media and they're always posting really, really amazing things. And with that, again, I'd like to thank you again for spending your time with me. I'm happy to help you in whatever way that you need on this really amazing journey. And hopefully amazing things are in store for you as it pertains to all these things. So hope you have a really amazing rest of your night, and we'll talk soon. Have a good night. See you later.